Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making a southern skillet fried okra. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is so delicious. Now, when I say skillet fried, I'm not talking about deep fried. This okra is a lighter version, and if you're an okra lover like me, you will absolutely love it. And I'm slicing this just in nice size bite pieces. The only part of the okra that I'm not using is this tip. I use everything else. And by the way, if you can't cut into your okra or it's a little tough, just throw that one out. If you can't cut it, chances are you can't chew it. I love the freshness of this dish. I am an okra lover. I've met very few people, if any, that are on the fence about okra. Either you love it or you hate it. And I love it boiled, I love it fried, I love it pickled. By the way, look at this. I made this yesterday. This is refrigerated pickled okra, and I made it the same way that I make my refrigerator pickles. If you haven't seen that video, look it up, and I'm telling you, it makes the best pickled okra. So fresh and so delicious. Now I'm starting with a pound of okra, round and about there, and this calls for very few ingredients. We want the okra to be the star, not the breading. I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of salt, and I'm gonna stir as I go. Make sure your okra is washed and dried thoroughly. You don't want to sear wet okra. You want it to be nice and dry. That way you're gonna get a good crisp on this. Now I'm using my Hall's cornmeal. Y'all, I love me some Hall's cornmeal. And I'm just sprinkling maybe 1/3 to 1/4 cup. And I'm just gonna stir this, and it's not gonna stick like a heavy buttermilk breading would. But honestly, that's what I like about this. You get to taste the okra. All right, I have my skillet heating on a medium-high heat. Let me just check that. And I'm adding, I would say, maybe about 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You don't have to use vegetable oil. You can use whatever oil you prefer. Hey, you can even use butter. And what I want to do is just cover the bottom. That looks good. I'm gonna turn my heat up to a good medium high, and I'm gonna put a little bit of freshly ground black pepper on this and give it one last stir. Now I'm adding this right into the pan all at once. Here we go. Now, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. This is gonna take anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes to cook. And believe me, it's worth it. Now, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I don't wanna keep stirring it because I don't wanna mess up the nice sear that I'm gonna get on the bottom of the okra. I want it to crisp up and just form a nice, light, crispy little crust. And in the meantime, let's go back to these refrigerator pickled okra. Y'all, I had one of these earlier, and I'm amazed at how good they turned out. You know, believe it or not, I've never made pickled okra, but I bought a lot of okra. And I thought, you know, I'm gonna pickle this. My son-in-law, Paul, loves it. My granddaughter, Annabelle, loves pickled okra, and I do too. So I've usually always got it in my refrigerator. So I thought, why not? So I dug out my refrigerator pickle recipe and gave it a try. And I made these yesterday afternoon, and listen to this. Y'all, this is so good. It's so fresh. There's such a difference in the taste of this refrigerator okra versus the type that you buy. It's just so much better. It's lighter, it's crispier, and it's delicious. This smells so good. Nothing like fresh vegetables cooking in the house. All right. I'm just gonna start giving this a little stir, and look at that color that's already beginning to form. I remember the first time that I ever had this. I was at my Aunt Nancy's house, and she is my dad's oldest sister. My dad is the oldest, and my Aunt Nancy is next. And she is an amazing cook. She should have become a professional chef. Cooking is without a doubt her passion. And we were at the lake, and she was making just a good old southern meal with lots of fresh vegetables. And I remember her cutting up the okra. And I thought, oh boy, we're gonna have fried okra. And instead of it being the deep fried version, she made a version very, very similar to this. And I remember when I saw her cooking it, don't tell her this, but I was slightly disappointed because I love deep fried okra. But after I tasted it, oh my goodness, all the disappointment left. And I'm telling you what, that was absolutely delicious. Look at how this is just beginning to brown and smell so good. Is it done yet? Look at this beautiful okra. I love the deep fried okra, but give me this fresh skillet fried okra any day. Look at this beautiful okra. Ooh, it's still cooking a little bit. I am leaving this in my skillet. I just love to serve in a cast iron skillet. You know, I say almost every chance I get, I love to go from the oven to the table with one dish. Now, let's see what the final result is. That is so good. I love tasting the freshness of the okra and the delicious cornmeal. Hey, by the way, I want to let you know that you can order hauls online. I'll post a link in the comments, and if you don't live in the Southeast and this isn't available in your grocery stores, then go online and get you some of this because it is so good. Well, I just want to make a nice little healthy serving before I put this on the table. Y'all are a blessing to me. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for pressing that like button. Thank you for sharing it with your friends. That means so much to me. And I love your comments. I read every single one of them. Blessings to you and yours. Go get you some fresh okra. Cook it this way. I promise you're gonna love it. I'll see you next time. Mm.